Hello and welcome to Christian Weather Broadcasting. Today we're going to be forecasting Hurricane Ian. Yes, it is still a hurricane, Category 1 Hurricane Ian. But before we do, take a look at the gospel message in the description because Jesus can save your life. So, Hurricane Ian has made landfall and it is trekking into central Florida right now. It's soon going to exit out over the water, and once it does that, it's going to curve and head towards South Carolina. But there are still going to be effects for Florida. In fact, we can expect a ton of rain from the system. Where the center is going to pass, I believe we can expect upwards of 20 plus images. I'll show you the National Hurricane Center's map in just a second. We can also expect tropical storm force winds extending way out from the center of the storm. In fact, North Florida will experience tropical storm force winds. It won't be nothing extreme, but it will still be tropical storm force winds. So you'll experience a blustery night. Just make sure you don't have any loose objects lying around because those will get blown away for sure. In fact, top heavy potted plants blow over pretty quickly in tropical storm force winds. 90 mile an hour hurricane, 972 millibars, moving only at 8 miles an hour. Very slow poke hurricane. Key messages, I'll leave the link in the description for these. Very important. Expect 8 to 10 feet of storm surge. Also expect life-threatening, I believe, flash flooding potential. As you can see, upwards of 20, let me get a better color there, upwards of 20 inches for certain areas in Florida. And quite a bit of Florida, extending from Jacksonville to Orlando, is in an area of about 10 to 15 feet of rain. So expect flash flooding. When I mean a lot of rain, I mean a lot of rain. So be very careful. Watch out for flooded roads. Do not drive through them. Do not swim in any of the water because they can have snakes. And when that water starts to drain, it can become dangerous. As you can see, still storm surge really high. Expect now storm surge has changed 4 to 6 feet for Florida and portions of Georgia for storm surge, and 3 to 5 feet for portions of South Carolina. Let's take a look at the official track for this storm now. As you can see, Hurricane Watch is up all the way from North Florida all the way to around probably Charleston, if not a little further from Charleston. Giant wind field on this. This orange right here is tropical storm force winds. Those are going to be moving up through North Florida. Then it's going to curve out over water, bringing it into South Carolina. And South Carolina could experience some decently strong winds. I've heard in Charleston, I think about maybe up to 80 mile an hour gusts. That is what I have heard. Flash flooding potential really high right now. So this is a very important storm to keep your eye on. As you can see, wind speed probabilities are really high. That higher wind speed probabilities are moving on into Charleston. I expect those to increase in the coming days. We can expect this to become a tropical storm as it leaves Florida, so expect this to continue weakening. It probably won't strengthen over water due to the fact that it's going to start sucking in dry air. These are the spaghetti models for it. As you can see, pretty much a consensus on exactly where it's going. Landfall from about the border to around maybe Myrtle Beach. So what we're going to expect now is definitely those hurricane effects to be felt on land, those tropical storm force winds to be felt on land. So expect blustery days coming up. And if you're in the direct path of this, expect hurricane force winds and get ready to hunker down tonight because this storm is coming and it's going to drop a ton of rain. So be extremely careful. That is the really big threat with this storm, is the amount of rain that it's going to drop. So that's what we're going to be seeing coming up, is weakening, but still a wide area is going to see the effects of this storm. Thank you for watching. This has been Christian Weather Broadcasting.